Hey everyone, this is Cliff Ford, and today in this video, I'm going to be doing another Carrot video, Carrot from One Piece, obviously. In this video, I'm going to be sort of talking and sort of going over the concept of why and how Carrot will basically travel with the Straw Hats after Wano. So that's basically what it is. Just going over two basic things: why and how. I made personal videos on like Carrie and why I believe she should be why she should join the Straw Hats, stuff like that. But this is more of like more like an in-depth reason on like why she will join based upon her opinion. And so let's get into it, shall we? Okay, so as we all know, Carrot is the most popular. She really is by far the most popular female mink and the most popular mink of all time. Especially in the One Piece World Popularity Poll, where she received 8th place. Congratulations to Carrot. I think she deserved it. All right, she obviously deserved it. Okay, so going over the concept of why and how. Now, I'll go over the why part and I'll explain the how part at the end. Now, why does Carrot need to go with the Straw Hats? Well, there are two very specific things that I want to say. I'm not saying like why Carrot needs to join the Straw Hats based upon like because it's something that I want Oda to do for me. No, I'm okay with Oda choosing the story however he wants. So if Oda doesn't want Carrot to travel with the Straw Hats, I completely understand. Would I feel very much happy about it? Certainly. And I'm sure everyone else who's a Carrot fan would love Carrot to join the Straw Hats too and feel like she could be a great companion. And I do believe that too. I would really hope that to be the case, but I'm also willing to let Oda tell his own story. Um, Now, why do I feel like Carrot can join the Straw Hats? And that's exactly. Well, Carrot is a very interesting character, or in that, her dynamic with the crew, like even when she travels into the Whole Cake Island, and even before that on Zoe, we see some great connections between her and the Straw Hats. That you see that she fits right in well with the crew. It's like she's like already a part of them, even though she's not really a part of the crew. It's a very emotional thing to really see this come by, and you really think like, yeah, she's great. She makes a great character, or she has a great dynamic. She really fits in well with the emotional stance of it. Now, another thing to go over on the why part is that for Carrot, even though she is a very powerful mink, a strong mink in her own right, it's still shown that she still has a lot to grow and a lot to understand. Basically, like there in opinion, like there are a lot of things in life that Carrot has wanted to see, and there are things out there that Carrot wants to go out there for. Carrot, when she left Zhao and snuck on the board of the Sunny Unny to travel to go to Whole Cake Island with everyone else, she snuck on board the ship because she wanted to go on an adventure and stuff like that she really like, she wanted to be helpful, she wanted to be an assistant. And Pedro, I mean, he was obviously worried for Carrot, like he no one realized that Carrot was there. Carrot just had snuck aboard the ship, and Pedro wanted to turn the ship around, but in the end, I think because Pedro knew what he was going to do. Pedro was never intending on coming back, and Carrot going on that adventure, Carrot making that decision to sneak aboard the Sunny and travel with the Straw Hats was a really devastating moment for her, to where she had to witness her mentor. Pedro had mentored Carrot all her life. He was the one who trained her. He was the one who like really helped her. He was the one who believed in her. Carrot during her past, she always wanted to be a strong fighter. She always wanted to be a fighter, and she can never get the basic gist down of all the other fighters and how they fight. And until Pedro saw something in Carrot, and he believed that she can become a great fighter in her own right. You know. And Carrot going on that adventure was, she was a very important character to help out, but she didn't get like a moment to shine. For like a moment to shine, like, well, she had like a shining moment when we first made the Sulong form, that's of course, but I mean like a shining moment where she personally gets something to experience, like a battle between two people. um so yeah, so so Carrot is a really dynamic character for this in many great ways. So Carrot basically, why necessarily should she join the crew? Well, it's very important to understand, that like I say, Carrot wants to see the world, but that's not necessarily a good enough reason why. So I think a good reason that we also have to look at some things with Pedro. So why Carrot should join the crew and stuff like that. Carrot wants to be a strong fighter and stuff like that. And Pedro even once told Carrot back when she was young that he basically told Carrot, right? It doesn't matter or how you do it, just become strong. Just become a strong fighter, or a strong warrior, or whatever you like to choose. It doesn't matter how you do it. Just become a strong fighter, however you choose. And when Pedro had sacrificed himself in Whole Cake Island after freeing the Sunny and everyone else from Perospero's grasp after he had gotten trapped into his candy wall, Pedro left the message for Carrot, basically telling her that he believed that Luffy and the others will lead the Dawn on. And Carrot didn't quite understand this, and I feel like Pedro always wanted to see this done as well. Well, he wanted to once travel with Roger, but Roger told him that it was not his time yet to go on this adventure. And when Pedro had set sailed on his own adventure, or to accomplish what Roger had done, Pedro had failed. And when Carrot came along, you can see that Pedro really believed in Carrot. Like, be honest, I feel like there are things that Carrot doesn't even realize what Pedro was believing in her, or like. Carrot is a very strong Mink warrior in her own right, but in reality, there's so much that she still hasn't learned yet. Yeah, there's so much out there to understand. So basically, seeing how Carrot always wants to be a strong fighter, and then after Pedro had sacrificed himself, Carrot really wanted to show her worth, and that even in Wano, when going up against Perospero and stuff like that, in hopes to avenge Pedro, that moment where you're looking at it, and at the end of the fight, Carrot lost the fight with Perospero, and she's literally been beaten. Even with the help of Wanda, it wasn't enough. Carrot basically lost the fight and stuff like that. And Carrot, she really, in that moment where Carrot is having a flashback moment where Pedro is basically telling her that you have to keep moving forward, or you're really feeling the emotional sense for Carrot that she's really trying her hardest, but there's still so much that she hasn't learned yet. So in reality, the way I see it is that when Carrot basically gets up, and when she goes to find Perospero again to try to fight him again, Nekomaru Nekomaru Nek Nek Cat Viper Cat Viper, or the giant cat Mink. I don't know why I can't say his name properly, but after his fight with Perospero, and after he finally managed to beat Perospero, Carrot was overjoyed and happy that Nekomaru, I finally said his name right. After he finally had beaten Perospero, Carrot was overjoyed and thrilled. I think in reality, we can look at this as a good moment to where maybe Carrot is going to have a flashback moment, and then she's going to basically think to herself and realize is that I want to become as strong as that. I want to be stronger than I ever did before. I want to learn things that Pedro was never able to teach me. Because let's look at it in general. While the Minks on the Zou are great fighters in their own right, but their limitations on fighting is limiting to what the others know on Zou itself. And that even when outsiders can't aim, like Jack can't aim, while they put up a good fight, in the end they were also ravaged by other people around the world who had powers and strengths that they probably weren't even aware of completely, even with their Sulong forms. So I think Carrot, for a good moment, I think it's going to be a good idea for Carrot in general to basically think to herself that I want to become as strong as they did. Because let's look at the characters like Nekomaru, Inuyasha, or even Pedro, or even Peckham's, all these people, all these Minks have all left Zou, went on an adventure, traveled around the seas to learn new things, like like even Nekomamushi and Arashi are probably some of the most strongest Mink fighters out there. I think in reality, Carrot's going to think to herself that, I want to become strong. And just like what Pedro told her, like, it doesn't matter how you do it. And true, like, Carrot can make her decision and decide to go back to Zo-O and try and train harder. But I feel like if Carrot really wants to basically become stronger, to learn new things that Pedro couldn't teach her, sure, then I feel like it would be a great idea for Carrot to travel with the Straw Hats to learn these things, to learn new ways to get stronger. So, in my opinion, like, why should Carrot join the Straw Hats in general? Why she should go on the adventure with them? It's not necessarily because like she fits in well with them. She really does. But the reason why she should go with the Straw Hats is because Carrot wants to get stronger, and she wants to learn how to get stronger. So I feel like if Carrot travels with the Straw Hats, she'll be able to learn to get stronger, or she'll be able to basically become, just like what Pedro believed in her. Carrot always wanted to be stronger, or she always wanted to be a strong fighter, and even Pedro believed in this. And to be honest, I feel like there's a moment where Carrot doesn't even realize how much Pedro believed in her. So in reality, I think Carrot traveling with Straw Hats, like, why she should travel with Straw Hats, is because she wants to learn to get stronger, or she wants to become stronger, and I think traveling with the Straw Hats could be a great idea for that to be an opportunity to evolve. But basically, that's how I see it on the why. Okay, so now going over the how part, like how exactly will Carrot travel with the Straw Hats? Well, we can always look at the possibility that she will sneak aboard the ship again. That is a possibility, but let's go over and think exactly of, like, what if Carrot actually just asked Luffy to join the crew. All right, now we have to understand is that other characters have asked Luffy to join the crew, and Luffy has turned them down. Now, my way of thinking of this is that, the way I see it, that if Carrot basically asks Luffy a question, like, he might be okay with it, but I feel like you have to ask a good question for Luffy to basically understand, like, why you want to join his crew, or like what's the exact motivation on how what's the exact motivation of it, like what is your basic angle. And I think what I said before, where, like, why Carrot needs to join the crew is because she wants to learn to get stronger than she's ever gotten before. So, like, the things that she can no longer learn in Zo-O, like, even with training and stuff like that, I feel like Carrot's opportunity to basically grow stronger, just like Pedro believed in her, and Pedro told her, is that, you just got to keep moving forward. And I think at that moment where Carrot's basically going to be thinking to herself is that I want to become as strong as they were, or I want to be able to learn what they were able to learn. And so I think Carrot at that moment is going to basically think and say, I basically say, hey, to, like, she's basically going to ask Luffy, like, it's not just simply like asking Luffy, hey Luffy, can I travel with you guys on your crew? No, I think Carrot is basically going to ask Luffy, can I travel with you guys so I can become stronger, or so I can learn to become stronger than I've ever gotten before. Or, Carrot is strong. But even in this storyline, we see that she is outmatched by so many things and I feel like that Carrot wants to become strong. Wrong. She wants to be a fighter. She loves it. And I feel like that would be a great opportunity for Carrot to go on this adventure. So, Carrot is a very interesting character. She's a very dynamic one. She has great opportunities, great funny moment, and so I know a lot of people out there don't think she should join the crew because she doesn't offer anything, but she doesn't have to. All right. Like, to be honest, like, not every Straw Hat in the crew necessarily has to offer something and to please Luffy for any way. Now, there are some Straw Hats that are very important to Luffy on the crew in a way, like, like Luffy, you can look at Chopper. Chopper is a very important character because he's a doctor, or and let's take a Robin. Luffy wants to find the One Piece, and when it was discovered, like, how important Robin was to join the crew, to find the One Piece because of her ability to read the poneglyphs, that's a very important thing. But you also have to understand is that, like, if Luffy was some random pirate who didn't really care about finding the One Piece and just wanted to, like, sail the seas, then, Robin's ability to read a poneglyph really wouldn't be all that important. But the fact that Luffy wants to find the One Piece and go on this adventure, and, we're still, like, we're getting close to the end, but we're not there yet. And I feel like it could be a great opportunity to just let Carrot go on this adventure till the end. And, she'll be able to learn so much. She'll be able to grow. She'll be able to become stronger, just like Pedro did, just like Inuyarashi did, just like you know, uh, the giant cat. So, yeah. So, in my opinion, Carrot deserves to go on this adventure. All right, she really does. All right, she really does. Um, so that's basically all. So to sum it up again, like why does Carrot need to go on this adventure, or why she needs to travel with Straw Hats? Because I feel like it's a great opportunity for her to get stronger. Or and how will she travel with the Straw Hats? I think it will come down to her basically asking Luffy, basically asking Luffy to join the crew. But I think it will really come down for her saying to Luffy directly, like, "Can I travel with you guys so I can become stronger?" And I think that's basically how it's gonna happen. I could be wrong. I really could, but we'll have to wait till the we'll have to wait till the end of Wano to know for sure. But that's all I really wanted to say on the whole care video. I'll be doing another one for Yamato, but I'll be making her separate. But it's basically going to be the same thing on how and why. But it's a very emotional thing for Carrot, and that is that I just feel like I just feel like it would be a great chance for her to experience that angst. And like even when Pedro, like even when she wanted to go fight Pedro, she really wanted to avenge Pedro. When she went to go fight Perospero, I don't know why I said Pedro before. When she went to go fight Perospero, she really wanted to avenge Pedro, but she failed. And I think Carrie is going to realize in that moment that even when Pedro told her to keep moving forward, and that she tried to try again, but luckily Nakarashi managed to beat Perospero. I think Carrot's going to have a moment where she's going to realize is that just like I was saying, she wants to become strong. She wants to become as strong as they did to learn what they were able to achieve, or maybe even go beyond that. So that's basically all. That's basically to sum it up. So yeah, so if you like this theory, if you enjoyed the video on this basically Carrot video, if you enjoyed it, go ahead and leave a comment down below on go ahead and just leave a comment down below on anything you think about Carrot in general, or your own basic ideas. I would love to hear some ideas, people. Come on, please. And go ahead and smash that like button. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you choose, and hit that notification bell. And I'll be having the Yamato one up pretty soon. But yeah, so that is all. You all have a great day, and good night.